How did you find out you were nominated?
My agent called me. I was in a restaurant with my parents and my aunt and my cousin, and he called me and he said you got nominated, and I said great. And then he said James Acaster got nominated, and I was like brilliant, because James and I are best friends, and you should tell everyone about that.
I got a phone call from my agent, and he said you've been nominated, and I laughed and said fuck's sake, and then he went so is Nish, and I went yeah really loud, so I was really excited that Nish had been nominated.
I was watching Fawlty Towers in my bedroom, and then my agent rang me, and I crawled onto the bed and did a little sort of but then I didn't tell anyone for about until it sort of came out officially, because I was worried that it would get taken away, that there was a sort of mistake and that it would get removed. So I just didn't want to tell anyone, and then it got announced officially and my phone exploded, which was great.
I went down to have a snooze in the afternoon because I'd been up at 6 because my son had wet the bed, and I was very tired, so I went down for a snooze, and I was just nodding off, and then my mum came in because she answers my phone when I'm asleep and then takes messages but forgets people's names and stuff, and she came in and she'd answered the phone and she said there's someone on the phone and they said you've been nominated for something, and so that was how it was very exciting. It was just lovely. It's possibly the only good reason to be woken from a nap.
Found out after the show. A man phoned me. I didn't know who because it didn't recognise the number on the phone. So it was an unsolicited phone call. That's how I found out. It was great.
I found out I was nominated. I was on my way to see a show, and I stopped at Machina Espresso, and I was like buying a coffee, and then my boss agent called me. It was like, oh hey, just letting you know that this crazy thing's just happened, and you've been nominated for the award. And there was this funny moment where I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then suddenly, the feeling of this amazing, wonderful excitement came over me, and I was just waiting for my soy latte to arrive with this bubbling oh my god, how, what, why? It wasn't a thing that I'd expected, so I felt really crazy for the rest of the afternoon, and then walked to this show that I was going to see, listening to Otis Redding, feeling on top of the world. It's really good.
It's pretty lame, just my manager rang me. That's it. My manager rang. That was it. That's all I got. And I got excited. I did a little... what I do, it's kind of I think it's very primal. Whenever I do well in anything in life, I will mark my territory. Just weirdly, I'm not just saying it, but I got a 5 in the time, Seymour. Anyway, and after I got that, I rubbed my testicles on the back of a kitchen chair, and after the award I did the same thing. It's now my thing to do. I mark my territory by rubbing my balls on stuff. There we are. Highlight. It's a true thing. Isn't that weird? Where does that come from? It would be a primal thing. That's how you'd mark your woman. Bloody Trygve. It's always doing silly things. Alright, that's me done.
I was doing my other show, which is an improv show, Ostentatious. Came straight out of that and got a phone call from my producers and stood in the kind of a fake leafy jungle bit of the other venue enclosure. Yeah, took the call. Nice.